Okay, good morning, girls. Welcome to today's comprehension lesson on Adages. We already started this lesson in class, so this is just a continuation. We'll try and conclude today. I remember we stopped at number 6. Life is a bowl of cherries. So we're going to continue. I'm going to try and explain as much as I can here. If you have questions after the lesson, you know where to ask me on the WhatsApp group, and I'll give you a prompt reply. I'm also going to try and upload a typed version of the sentences and meanings so that it will be clearer for you to copy. But for now, pay attention in this video to the explanation. All right? Number 7, it says life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Now, this adage simply means that we're in charge of our attitude and how we choose to react to the difficulties that happen in life. Life is 10% what life is 10% what happens to you, what happens to us. But 90% how we choose to react to it. So 90% showing the greater number, the most important part, right? So this adage is used to advise a person that bad things will happen. Okay, challenges will come, people will piss you off, situations will arise. But the most important thing is how you choose to react to these circumstances. This is simply what this adage is saying. That bad things will happen in life, difficult situations will arise. In such situations, do not act out, do not misbehave, do not lose guard, and then eventually turn around and say, oh, I did what I did because of my bad situation. No. You're the one who decided to act how you acted in such a situation. Hence, 90% how you react. So even if bad things happen, maintain your cool, relax, think before you act, think before you speak. Always remind yourself that I'm the one in control of what I choose to say and how I choose to act. Because bad things will always happen. But how I react to these bad things that happen depends on me. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it, okay? A sentence will be, she kept blaming her bad behavior on her difficult circumstances. These difficult circumstances could be a friend who annoyed her, someone who said bad words to her, anything at all. So she developed a very bad attitude, and now she's saying, "Yeah, I have this bad attitude, I have this bad behavior because of the bad things that are happening to me." But I reminded her that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to react to it. So don't go blaming your bad behavior or your bad attitude on the circumstances in your life. You're the one who chose to behave badly in reaction to them. Okay? Now, number 8. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. The word sword here is used to indicate violence. A person who does violent things to others, to the people around him or her, should expect violence in return. You can't give bad and expect good in return. This is simply what this adage is saying. When you give bad, expect to get bad in return. When you go about hurting people, when you go about doing bad things to people, expect people to do bad to you in return. Okay? So this is what this adage means. You know, it's more like a general observation. You can also use it to advise a person who is going around hurting the people around him or her. And you say, you're going around now hurting people. When you get hurt in return, do not be surprised. Do not complain. Remember, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Okay? Now, my sentence here says, when I found out that Jane enjoys hurting people, I tried to make her understand, or I tried to make her realize that he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Number 9. If you chase 2 rabbits, you will catch either. Sorry, you will not catch either. If you chase 2 rabbits, you will not catch either of them. This is used to advise people that when they want to succeed in something, when they want to achieve success, they need to take one step at a time. Pick one thing, focus on it. After you've succeeded, move to the next thing. Do not take so many things on at a time, or you end up. I don't know if you've heard this popular saying, "Jack of all trade, master of none." That saying has a relationship with this here. Jack of all trade, but master of none. When you take on so many things at the same time, you end up confused. You have divided attention. And at the end of the day, you may not achieve something concrete. You may not achieve something tangible. You may not succeed. So pick one thing. Do not chase two rabbits at a time. Chase one. When you catch one, you keep it in a cage, and then you go chasing the other one. When you chase two of them at the same time, you get confused and you end up catching neither of them. Okay? So if you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either. Now, my sentence says, when I noticed she was getting frustrated, I advised her to try and focus on one project before the other, because if you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either. Number 10. Okay, I'm going to cut this video here and record a new one starting from number 10, okay?